I really like the Bob Doyle Show. It makes my heart go wee. In a world where otherwise I don't wee that much, I hope you'll watch it too.
Ladies and gentlemen, children of all, and I shouldn't say children of all ages. This show is not for children. It is decidedly not, you guys can get out of here. Not for, oh, I forgot we were auditioning new dancers. I already know what the feedback's going to be. It's going to be bring back the other ones. I get it. I just, just wanted to try, change the energy up a bit, just one time. Come on, it's my show. You guys can get your own dancers. It's an audition. We'll go back to the other ones. Happy Thanksgiving Eve to you, Cher. Cher has shared and is saying Happy Thanksgiving. Rebecca is here saying good morning, and Kathy as well. Hello to all of you. Welcome to Wednesday at 8 a.m. Pacific, where we do this, the Bob Doyle Show. I wish I was in sync with that, but I'm not. All right, everyone, so welcome. It is Wednesday, the 27th of November. Seems like a late Thanksgiving tomorrow, 28th. Normally it seems like it's around the 23rd, 24th. It's like they're just pushing it. It's almost freaking December. But I guess that's just not how it works. So I'm wearing, this is the closest thing I have to fall garb. I should have, I should have put a little bit more thought into the background. I could have done, some autumn thing. I could have done turkeys walking around. I could have done a million things if I thought about it. I wish I could go back in time right now, 30 minutes ago, and do that. But I can't. Unfortunately, as many superpowers as this show has, and there are many, going back in time is not one of them. Now, I could, in front of you, it wouldn't be beyond me to go, hey, here's what we're going to do on the show right now. We're going to go to this website. We're going to choose a background. We're going to download it, and I'm going to put it in the thing. Now, that's quintessential Bob Doyle Show, especially the early days. But now, is this the late days? No, I don't know what this, we're still in the early days. Look, as long as this is just on social media and not on Netflix or something, which, that doesn't make sense. It's a live show. But so, what do you think this would work as a live television show? Where people could, I don't know, call in or something? I don't know how it'd work. Or am I just relegated to the internet so that we can do stuff like this? What software do I use for all my social media? Rebecca, that's a very large question, because all my social media encompasses many different things, thus many types of software. Now, if you're talking about this magic right here, well, I could tell you, but then you'd know. I talk about it all the time. It's called vMix, if that's what you're talking about here, but you said all my social media, and that is a lot. Hey, if you happen to be watching on YouTube, be sure to subscribe and click that bell. If you're watching on Facebook, there's something somewhere that says, I don't know, follow this guy, notify me. If you're not, by the way, if you're watching this, especially if you're watching this on the Bob Doyle Show page in the Book of Face, and you haven't liked this page, the Bob Doyle Show page, could you take just a moment of your time and like it? I know right now if you're watching on your phone, you go, well, Bob, I'd have to close this down. Actually, I think you could drag. You can click and drag the video and it'll be down low. I don't know if that works for live or not. I'm sure it does. What am I talking about? Of course it does. I do it all the time. Bob, jeez. All right. All right, so vMix is what? vmix.com. That is not a paid endorsement, so everybody just calm down. Tracy, who is normally sitting beside me, is not sitting beside me because I need coffee. It's not going to make itself, and I'm here. So, if it was her show, by the way, I'd gladly make her coffee. I made coffee earlier. I make coffee. It's not about that. Why is everyone yelling at me about coffee? What do we have here? Vipin is sharing a URL. Come now. I don't know what that URL is, guys. I don't know. All right, so what do we do on this show? Well, normally there is no normal. Oh, by the way, if you were there from the beginning, we had a little flashback, and we got a visit from our friend Starry. Who remembers Starry? Does anybody remember Starry? Doesn't matter. So I'm at the part now where... I do want to mention something. Yesterday afternoon, and Rebecca was there, and Cher was there. I think Kathy was maybe there, doing a live stream, and it was, kind of serious about brain wiring and stuff like that. And there was a point in there where I said, I'm going to give you a great tip. Now, you don't even, this is so great a tip that you don't even need to have watched the whole thing yesterday to get value out of it. Is that a good deal or what? Thank you very much. Okay. But basically, we were talking about ways to rewire your brain in case your wiring is not serving you. I invite you to go back and watch that. It's wherever you're watching this, it's one video back. That's the Bob Doyle guarantee. And but I said I was gonna give you a little hack or I don't remember how I set it up, but then I didn't do it. Rare for me, right? But it's basically it's this, and this is, again, you don't even have to watch the whole thing, but the basic premise is we're perpetuating our experience of reality. What's he talking about right now? What did this show suddenly become? This is part of what I do. I should be seeing the. Wait a minute. Why am I not seeing the comments I'm seeing? You're having on YouTube. I'm supposed to be. Now that is a little bit of a derail. What? Oh, wait a minute. I'm not even seeing YouTube. What's going on? All right. Well, I'm sorry, guys. I have to go find this out. I'm just gonna have to leave you hanging for a second and see what's happening, because. Well, there I am. 2 watching. It's not bringing in my YouTube comments for some reason. I'm not seeing them, but there they are. And they're not, and they're not getting the Facebook comments either. So my magical, wonderful system is broken. So now we have to. So, and even see, and Dawn even recognized Starry, and I can't show you that. Hold on, I know, big derail, but I'm just going to look at settings here, see if there's anything I can do. Thank you for bringing the coffee, by the way. You did that. Wow, this was happening. But, isn't this fun? See, I said this is, it's on. I don't know. Well, that's no fun. All right. Could have happened when I changed the font and the style. No, that doesn't really disconnect anything. That just changes that. But that's weird. So just give me a second. I have to at least. No, I will try changing it to something else just real quick, but that shouldn't change anything because it's not really disconnecting or whatever. But thank you for letting me know that that was happening. Now I'm trying to read your Facebook comments. Anyway, so what was I saying? Here's the thing. A lot of us go around through our day and we ask ourselves questions like, why is this happening to me? How can I solve this problem? In other words, it's just like we're asking the universe, if you will, questions, but the form that we're asking them is making the assumption that there's something wrong. Like, why is there something wrong? Why can't I get out of this situation? And the way all this works is you're going to get the answers to the questions you're asking. So one of these hacks you can do to change your wiring and change your life is to ask yourself different questions. Like, wake up in the morning and go, wow, how or why, depending on which feels better to you, why did I make it extra easy $15,000 today? and let the universe try to answer that question. Instead of why do things keep breaking? Why do things? Because you see how you're getting the answers to the questions you're asking. And I'll bet you're not waking up and saying things like, how did I make $15,000 easily today? Why would you? No one's ever told you to do that, and it doesn't sound practical. It sounds ridiculous. But see, we know better. I was in troubleshooting mode. This is what's happening over here on, how can I do, there's got to be a way that maybe I could log out and log back in, and maybe that would reconnect something. I don't know, but now it's really bugging me, right? Update, everything's there, title, social alerts, dashboard. Hang on, I'm just looking. Oh, wait a minute. Nope, sorry. Something else. Just want to make sure. Oh boy, that's good coffee. Thank you, Tracy. Mm-hmm. Oh wait, all right. So ask yourself outrageous questions related to maybe the things that you're wanting to change. Instead of affirming what is wrong in your life by asking the question, why is this happening to me and how can I change it? Act as if something else is true and ask the universe about that. And see what happens in your day. By the way, I'm not saying that if you do that, 15,000 will come, but let's see what does happen as a result of you asking a different type of question. And it doesn't have to be about money. That was just an example. Everybody with me? All right. Trust the universe, trust the process. Patience, says Cher. She's always in with these 5, 6, 7 word summaries of things I've been saying. All right, let's go ahead and bring Tracy on in here, ladies and gentlemen. She's been waiting to get the wings.
Good morning.
That's Tracy.
I was making coffee.
She sure was, and look,
It's
I'm
good?
special today. It sure. Well, you heard me say that. She's fishing for compliments, I think.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. So we've got a few things to talk about, and I just am noticing a follow-up.
A follow-up to last night?
Mm-mm.
Oh.
To last week's program.
What did we do last week?
Well, I couldn't tell you, but I do remember one thing. Maybe it wasn't last week, but it was sometime. Maybe it was even in Under a Tree. But we were talking about. We were talking about some sort of. We were talking about candy cigarettes. So eventually, we got to candy cigarettes.
We did, and I don't remember how we got there.
Yeah.
But
We were talking about whatever nostalgic candy. Maybe you.
or horrible candy for children.
Something. Anyway, we talked about like, hey, and remember when they made those things, and they were this chalky whatever, and like that's a time that's gone. That
Right?
that was the conversation that we had. Cut to.
I'm at the store, standing in line with my daughter, and I look to the side, and what do I see?
King's Candy cigarettes. Now it sounds like they're kind of broken.
We didn't open them yet.
But so we were very excited about sharing these with you. Oh, hold on a second. This chat thing is bugging me now. It only is showing Facebook.
Good morning. I don't know. What about over there?
Well, yeah. Well, maybe you can keep up with Sarah and Dawn over here.
Okay.
I loved candy cigarettes, says Dawn over there that you can't see.
Now, they were fun.
Here's the thing. So we were all excited about this.
Super.
And don't worry, I'm still gonna open this, and you'll see.
Yeah.
However, as I was looking at the ingredients, wondering what were these things anyway?
What are they made of?
So dextrose, sugar.
Sure.
Cornstarch.
Of course. Because
Corn.
everything's made of corn.
Corn syrup. Tapioca. Okay. And then the killer. Beef gelatin. Dun 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 dun. Bum ba ba bum 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 ba 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 ba.
Which
Ba
means...
ba 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 ba
Take a point, take a point.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I need to drive it home. Ba ba ba. All right.
So,
Yeah. Not
needless to say, I will not be eating those.
not vegetarian.
Not vegetarian.
Now, as a quick aside, we've mentioned this a couple of times, is that for all intents and purposes, let me just put it this way: I've been eating like a vegetarian. I've not
very
made
true.
any declaration of being vegetarian, and in fact, we were walking through the mall, which we'll talk about in a moment,
Oh,
and a
yes.
woman had like little, a chicken
Sample.
sample teriyaki chicken thing, and I ate it. But that's like the only meat I've had in I don't know, a long time. And then there was some other thing. Oh yeah, the Frito beef burritos at Taco Bell. They're
He
$1,
loves them.
and they're insane. They're so good. Every bite I giggle. It's so
They're
good.
so healthy.
Oh yeah, it's the worst thing you could buy.
Right.
Fritos. Anyway, but for the most part,
Mm-hmm.
vegetarian.
Yeah.
And in fact, tomorrow's Thanksgiving, and it'll be a full-up not my first, but maybe my second full-on vegetarian Thanksgiving. One was a zillion years ago with my sister, and I think we had a turducken or whatever,
Tofurkey.
tofurkey or what? Yes, something like that. See, Dawn agrees that Frito beef burritos are so nummy. I've got stuff in my throat. We'll be right back, and we're back.
Yay!
So bummed about these. What? There's got to be a way. All right.
Anyway, go ahead. You can chime in.
So now I'm going to open these. So it's W.C. King's candy. All right. So this is very exciting. I have not had a candy. Now, kids, you're not watching. This is decidedly not for children. The Bob Doyle Show is an adult-only program. Children are not invited. Sorry to be so harsh, but have you seen what's going on YouTube? Whoa.
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 Yeah, they're
Whoa.
changes.
All right, so we've got lots of dextrose and/or cornstarch. Who's jealous?
Ah.
Who's jealous? Who's like, man, oh man, they're tasting it and in their mind, this is horrible.
It's horrible.
They're still making it.
And just so I say, these are not going in the prize pack.
That's right. They're not endorsed.
Not indoors.
Okay, these look a lot less like cigarettes than I remember. I think they changed it.
Maybe.
I'm pretty sure they changed it. Now, you guys can... in my memory, they looked way different. They were more... Well, you'll see. This is what passes for candy
looks more
cigarette.
Like
Yeah, it looks like the more
other
Yeah.
alternative.
What the hell? What is the message? Not only are we still making these, there's not even a fake filter on here. This is just a straight up joint, guys. Let's just say what it is.
Yeah, kind of.
So they're not broken. They're just, that's what's in the box.
Well, my mom says they've been around since she was a kid. Which is a little while.
Yeah, but they didn't look like this.
Maybe Mom, did they look like that? I don't know.
Well, don't you remember?
Yeah, they kind of looked like that.
Yeah,
I think,
see,
but
so Cher said the
maybe
other
they
older
were-
ones had a red tip on it like a flame.
Oh, yeah.
And even Dawn said, where's the red part at the end?
Right,
We
right,
have a
right,
consensus.
Mm-hmm. Maybe it's a different brand. Maybe it's just, I mean, I don't know.
How many people are out there in the,
I don't know. It looks like a doobie. Yep.
who said that?
Sure. Yep. It sure the heck does.
And these? The Doobie Brothers.
Oh!
Yay!
Dum-dum. And ladies and gentlemen, how does he do it? Why does he do it?
All right, so I'm going to eat at least
And I
a
will
bite
not.
of this.
Okay, yummy. See, don't you guys remember, like, you would, like, puff on it, though? Like, and, like stuff, you, like, blow and see, and stuff
Is
would
that
come
true?
out the end.
I don't remember that part.
I think it was probably the cornstarch or something that came out the end.
Sarah,
But
yes, something naughty. These have like an 1/8 inch of a red at the end. Yeah, I don't.
yeah, Mom used to
this
buy
is-
one. Yeah.
Oh, this is. Now I know why YouTube got blocked. It's these two in the conversation. All right, here we go.
And survey says.
Let me put it this way.
Is it good?
It's reminiscent of what it was, but the other ones were. Don't you remember? They were,
They were wider.
and they
They
were
were bigger.
smooth. They were smooth. They were a perfect cylinder. They were smooth, I thought, and they tasted way more orangey, more like children's aspirin, St. Joseph's Children's Aspirin.
Oh my goodness.
Is that still a thing?
I don't know. I don't remember ever seeing that on the shelves. You know, my kid's little. I don't remember seeing them. But I do know what you're talking about.
Taste that beef gelatin.
Yum.
All right. Well, How about that?
Did
And
you talk
dust.
about it?
Sarah said dust would come out of them. So
Yes,
you guys
dust would come out of them. It's exactly because I was like, oh, it was like you're smoking, and the first, you only got like a couple little like.
I love
out of
that
it,
this
but
would
there's
be like the
nothing.
freeze frame that Facebook would choose, and it's just you holding this.
We are in Vegas.
Yeah. Cher says she never actually ate them. She just faked smoked them.
Yeah,
So
there
she
you-
didn't even. They were just interesting.
Oh my goodness, it's so fun. Wow.
Kathy says my mom used to buy them for me. Yeah,
Right?
it was like a rare. There was like a
Yeah.
novelty, like we would get that, and then the rice candies where you could eat the wrapper.
Oh, totally. I remember that.
Remember this, ladies, and then it would be
It's like eating
confusing
plastic, right?
because as a kid, now it's really hard to
You
discern.
can't-
Well, can I eat this wrapper? No. But that's another thing I can so distinctly taste.
The rice paper.
Yeah, just the whole unwrapping it, eating the thing, and then being able to eat the paper.
Yeah.
Who else? And then what else was at that? It was the candy cigarettes. It was that, and there was one other sort of nostalgic sort of candy.
Remember Nikos? They're actually very similar to like this chalky substance. They come in a long roll. They're different colors, but they all taste the same.
What are they called?
Nikos? I think it's Necco or something.
I don't. Not familiar.
They're
with
the
that.
exact same size as a quarter, and this is really bad. But back in the day when Illinois toll roads took quarters, they also took Nikos candy. A fortune
yes.
in tolls
I totally
using candy.
perfectly coin size.
Perfectly.
I do.
And
I
they,
do.
and
Chalky,
they rang
chalky,
through,
chalky.
and the gate would open, and you'd go, "Oh my God, it worked! It was fantastic."
Sarah remembers
yeah.
them as being gross.
Yeah, I don't. I pretty much strictly use them for tolls.
All right, you know what? Keep
So
talking about
bad.
that for a second. I'm going to
It's
log
so
out
bad.
of these comments, and then I'm going to log back in and see if we can reconnect.
Well, okay then.
I know that's a lot of pressure, but
Well,
it
yeah,
should
but
take
I'm not sure how much further I can go with Nikos candy in the Illinois toll road.
What other
except for,
candies did you
is
eat? Okay, now I have to concentrate.
Is the statute of limitations of something like that? I don't know. Now everything's iPass, I think.
These freaking,
Oh my
when you go to
gosh.
log into any place and they make you now select all the squares with crosswalks,
And then they
traffic lights,
Cars.
cars.
Oh, I hate that. Just to prove you're a human being. And then if for some reason you miss one, you have to go to another picture.
Bicycles.
And then another one until it
I'm
finally...
having to do.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's see.
It works.
Let's see. Hooray! The chat is waiting for new
Hooray!
messages,
It
but
literally says, hooray!
no, it's just connected.
Well, I
What
don't
can
know.
I do?
Chocolate was my favorite. Oh, the Nikos had chocolate.